Hey guys, it's Jen from Beauty Riot X, and today we are talking about the new Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. Super coverage. I have the shade Vanilla, and this container holds 0.5 fluid ounces, and it's good for up to 12 months after you open it. Alright, so let's find out what this claims. This retails for $29. This super coverage multi-use sculpting concealer is hydrating, full coverage, weightless 4-in-1 concealer that conceals, contours, highlights, and retouches. Smooths and sculpts skin for natural looking coverage. Okay, so is it full or natural looking? Infused with coconut water, alpine rose. Sometimes I feel like they just make things up. What the hell is alpine rose? And hyaluronic acid. These skin-loving ingredients come together for crease-free, weightless wear that's so naturally flawless they'll think you were born this way. Cute. So if you want to see this in use and find out how I think upon first try, then just keep watching. So I'm contoured and stuff, and now I'm ready for concealer. So I have the shade Vanilla, and we're just gonna go right in. And I think what I'm actually gonna do is I'm going to set one side after I conceal and then leave one side out to see how the setting powder actually affects it. I don't go like insane. Like some people are like drawing like their contour or their under eye concealer on. Like I just can't do that. I feel like it's just way too much. This has a little tiny bit of a, I don't want to say yellow undertone, but it's like a creamy kind of undertone. Wow, that's really brightening. Okay. And years ago when they came out with the Born This Way foundation, I bought it and I didn't like it. Like I used it like a handful of times, like maybe 5 times, and I never liked the way it looked on my skin. I feel like it might have been drying even. That could have been my fault. I could have been using a not so great primer, but I don't know. I just remember not liking it. Yeah, we'll do a little here. Speaking of not liking my foundation, I don't like the way the new ColourPop foundation is wearing on me today. It looks very cakey and like gross, but I have a feeling it's because I used a primer that I hate. Alright, so it doesn't feel drying, but it's very shiny, but I'm assuming that's because there's a bright light in my face. So really, even not set, lighting aside, it looks really nice. It brightened beautifully. I really like this so far. Obviously, this isn't even anywhere near the amount of time you need to leave it to see if you actually like it or not, but so far, so good. So let's set it, and I'm going to go in with, what the hell do I set with? All right, so like I said, I'm gonna set one side with powder, and then the other side I'm gonna leave out and then set the rest of my face and kind of go on about my business, so. And as usual, I'll leave an update on how it wore in the box below. I'm using my RCMA No Color powder, whatever. I used to not like this, but I love it, and I don't actually like setting my whole face with it, but I like how it wears under the eye. So I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury, I think, and I'm going to set the rest of my face. Let's dust this away. Right off the bat, it looks extremely dry. From far away, it's not too bad. Up close, it's extremely crepey looking. This side doesn't look too bad, but it doesn't look fantastic. Definitely settling defined lines, but I've never found a concealer that doesn't do that. Alright, so let me finish the rest of my makeup and we'll talk about my thoughts so far. Okay, so I like it. I love how it looks like it brightened under my eyes without making it look like stark white. Again, the color I got was Vanilla, right? I think it was like a neutral color. Yeah, Vanilla. And again, there is a little bit of creasing, but I'm 35. I mean, I have wrinkles, it's just the way it is. So I don't hold that against concealers because I don't think anything is magic. But I will say this, I ended up powdering a little bit under here because it still looked kind of wet, but I used my Charlotte Tilbury on this side and the RCMA on this side, and I like the way this one looks powdered more than this side with the RCMA. So when I use this again next time, I'll use the Charlotte Tilbury on both sides because it did actually make it look smoother and not as crepey and like dry looking. Have you tried this? Have you tried it for the multi-use sculpting concealer that it also claims to be? Like, have you used it to sculpt your face for contouring or anything like that? Let me know in the box below. I do think the coverage is full. You can't see my under eye circle, or you can't see the darkness under my eyes, but I don't really have tons to begin with. I mean, I do have a little bit of darkness, but it's nothing crazy that most things can't cover. But I do think it looks really nice. I'll even say it was probably full coverage. Again, this is just my first time using it, so I will update you guys in a favorites or fail video that's coming up once I use it more. But so far, so good. I'm digging it. All right, so that was it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.